Hey everybody, Blaine Austin here, Sewing Machines Plus. Welcome to our live show. Glad you joined us today. I know everybody's still probably stuck at home, and so I know you are looking for something to do, and we've got some things to share with you today. And first of all, I want to just kind of to tell everybody kind of what's going on at Sewing Machines Plus. We are still, both of our retail stores are still open. We are taking in one customer at a time. Or I'm sorry, two customers at a time in the store to let them shop. We're really practicing the social distancing. You have to wear a mask to come in the stores, just for protection of our employees and our customers. We are still doing the big mask drive, for the facial mask. We're up over 12,000 masks we've donated so far, and that we're still growing. We're still taking donations for fabric. So if you have fabric you want to donate and bring it to the local stores, we can use it. We're getting kits cut. And so each kit, or each bag, I should say, has 10 kits in it to make 10 masks. And so we're asking people, all of our sewers out there, all of our volunteers, to come and get a bag and go home and get them sewn, and then just drop them back off at the store, and we're going to donate them. So we've been... So far, we've donated, thousands to the, San Diego area, and we've also donated some for out of state as well from some people that had some needs. So, first responders, the fire people, firemen, and all the medics out there, we're doing things for them, and the local hospitals, medical clinics, anything that we can do. Anybody has a need, we're trying to help them. So, if you do have a need and you want some masks at your facility, please reach out to us, and we'll see if we can help you out. The other thing that it's kind of happened across the nation, which was very unexpected for everyone, is there has been a huge surge for sewing machines. And everybody I've talked to that has a retail store or online business, other dealers, are talking about how busy it is, and just it's almost overwhelming. Ever since they kind of said the stay-at-home order and you sew your own mask, people have been reaching out trying to buy sewing machines, and we have just been, inundated with business, which we're so blessed and happy that people are shopping with us because we can keep our employees working. However, it's almost overwhelming because we can't hardly support all the phone calls and emails that we're getting. So we ask everybody just to be patient. Manufacturers have upped their manufacturing to try to get more machines in the U.S. And we are, getting shipments in daily and trying to fulfill orders. We actually got, more orders than we even had product in, and so we're trying to, fill those back orders now. So please be patient with us. We are working hard. We're trying to get to everybody's phone calls and emails. So on a awesome note, today's show we have a very, very special guest, and I am so happy that she agreed to come on and talk to us. Jane Monzures is here today, and I met Jane, I think it was probably a little over a year ago at a Brother convention. She's a Brother National spokesperson. And so anyway, I met her, and we got acquainted. So I thought, man, who better to have on our show today was her. Jane is a Emmy award-winning TV host, radio personality, and so she has done so many things, and we're so fortunate to have her here. And I think we've got a little clip of some of her things that David can kind of share with you. But I'll read off a little bit about all the things that Jane has done. Currently, Jane is the host of a creative living airing nationally on Cox Media Yearview Network. She also is the host of Living Healthy Chicago on WGN TV Chicago, as well as the host of Arizona Living and a special contributor on House Smarts TV. She can also be heard as a featured guest on host on 720 WGN Radio, and she also hosts her own creative living podcast. Jane is a do-it-yourselfer lifestyle expert, and so I think she probably has a lot of experience with sewing machines and doing all kinds of projects. So Anyway, won't y'all please welcome Jane, and let's see if we can get her on the air, David. There she is.
Woo! Hey, everybody. Hi, Blaine.
Hey, Jane, how are you?
I am just doing great. Thank you so much for having me on the show today.
Hey, we feel special. I'm telling you, it was kind of funny. I was telling somebody the other day, about we were going to have you on, and I said the first time I ever met you, we were at a convention, and I actually just got finished shooting a live Facebook message or a show with Angela Wolf. And I don't know if you remember that, but you came up and said, "Okay, it's the Blaine and Jane show." And afterward, I said, we're going to have to make sure that we have a Blaine and Jane show in the future.
Yeah, the light bulb went on. You were like, Blaine and Jane live. This is good.
Yeah, just rhymes, doesn't it?
It works great. So listen, if this works really well for us, maybe we could take the show on the road. You know what I mean?
Well, speaking of road shows, you kind of had a little tour, this whole past year, haven't you?
Yeah, so I'm a brother ambassador, one of the best jobs I've ever had in my life. And it's been great so far. Last fall, we went on a national tour talking about their pace setter lineup. And so one of the machines that we brought out with us was the PS500. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later today. But we went on morning television shows. And so my whole goal in life, my mission is to inspire people to create. And so I thought, well, who better to do this with than Brother? And they have the best products to do that. And so we got out there and we talked about sewing. We talked about crafting. We talked about DIYing and making something and encouraging the masses to get hands-on and handmade. And I think it was a huge success. It was fun for me because some of the anchors were like, oh, I used to sew, or my mother has a sewing machine. And when they got on, I made everybody sew, right? I got on the machine. You do this. And that's some of the footage you saw at the top of this show. They did it, and the smiles on their faces and the sense of satisfaction that they got when they actually made something, a pillow cover or a purse, they really, were enthusiastic about spreading the thread, as I like to say, getting excited about creating. So fantastic tour, yeah.
All right, so I know everybody's dying to know this, and I hope people have actually, caught some of your shows and things, because I actually watched some of them, and they're just fantastic. So I had a really, big question. How did you get started in sewing? Because everybody always wants to know how people kind of got into sewing. So how did you get started?
And I love this question because I get to talk about my mom. My mother was a fantastic sewist. So she can make anything. She was very technical. So I spent my whole life in her sewing room, in a fabric store, and at my sewing machine dealership. And so from a very young age, I was surrounded by it. And she saw me one time stapling fabric together to make clothes for my Barbie. And then she said, okay, you're not stapling. She taught me how to hand sew. And actually, this is the first thing I ever made. I hand sewed together. Yeah. And then she taught me how to use a machine.
Hey, speaking of that, we kind of did a little digging, and I found something that it's all the way back in 1978.
What?
So how old were you in 1978?
I was 7, actually.
7 years old. I've got a picture of you in 1978 sewing at a sewing machine. Can we pull that up, David, and show put that full screen? I want everybody to be able to see this awesome little picture of Jane sewing.
Look at that.
Look at that.
That's our office. My dad had a little office in there, and my mom, that was her sewing room. But yeah, I love that shirt.
All right, so do you remember what kind of sewing machine that was?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
I think about it a lot, and I wish I could remember. I don't remember.
That'd be awesome if you still had it, wouldn't it?
It would be so great. As a matter of fact, I have a couple of my mom's machines still.
Oh, so, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
So we got to see the start of the whole process at 7 years old. And so go from there. How did you get from, making your first little pillow, and how did you progress from the Barbie clothes and keep going? I mean, where you're at now, how did you get there?
Don't forget, in the 80s, we all had really big hair, so scrunchies were like a thing. And so I brought my sewing machine to school, to college, and I would make scrunchies for my sorority sisters. And I would either probably give them away or sell them for like $2, for some beer money. I don't know.
Hey, David, do we have that picture of her with the big hair with the formal on? Oh, we don't have it? Dadgummit.
Did you see that?
I'm just kidding.
That
would be awesome if we had some 80s pictures now.
It would be scary. The hair is a little bit of a different color. Anyway, so my career has been in radio and television, but I've always been a passionate maker. So I always love to make. I always love to sew. I always love to create. Always making gowns for the next formal or something like that. What happened was, in the world of radio and television, sometimes you get laid off of your jobs. And there was a moment in 2009, 2010, and I was laid off of a radio job. And I said, how can I take my love of sewing and combine it with my platform of radio and television? And that's sort of where the idea came, was let's get this out there. Let's encourage people to create and let's get them started. So I just started doing segments on TV. And from there, it sort of snowballed, and I found other like-minded producers and people that were doing crafting television. And I started doing a series called Craft from Crash, where I peel back the curtain of real American makers and find out what they're doing in their craft rooms. And I would feature people who are making for good, and they give to people in need. And that was just so inspiring for me, like we're doing today with masks. And then anybody and everybody who would listen. And luckily, a fella in Rhode Island saw what I was doing, and he said, I want a show called Creative Living, so let's put this on our national airways. And so I begged, I borrowed, I screamed, I knocked on doors, didn't stop until somebody said, oh, this is actually a thing.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I know that, you're on TV a lot, radio a lot, you have your podcast. And then how did you get, I know you started all that, but how did you kind of get hooked up with Brother International and become a spokesperson for Brother?
Yeah, I begged them. No, you know what? I love Brother. I've always been a huge fan of their products and of their brand. And they essentially, the lineup has everything that you could need to be creative, right? So you could be doing embroidering, sewing, fashion, DIY, home decor, quilting. So they're crafts with their scan and cut. So their products are really in alignment with what I do. And so I was working in a creative field where we were talking about a lot of brands and products, a lot of paper stuff. And I was very new to paper, but I still always fall into sewing. And so when I said, well, who am I in alignment with? Who would I could build a partnership with, a relationship with? And I said, I really would love to work with Brother. And I'm not kidding. I really knocked on their door as hard as I could and said, let's do this together. I want to scream from the rooftops how great your products are, because I want people to create. And that's really what happened. And they believed in me, and I truly am so lucky that they did.
That's awesome. It's funny. I go way back. I remember in 2006, I was working at a dealership, and we had a big online presence and everything. And I remember talking to one of the Brother reps at a convention and about becoming a dealer. And at that time, I was the largest Janome dealer in the country, and I wanted to be a Brother dealer, and we became a Brother dealer. And lo and behold, I was the largest Brother dealer in the country. Not long after that, and I always look back at all the innovation. That's what blows me away by Brother. It's like they think out every element of the machines so well, and the innovation they've had just from 2006 to now is just unbelievable. And some of these new machines they have are just incredible. But you don't have to have that big fancy one, do you? You can have all these smaller machines can do so many things. And I know that's your field. I mean, you know how to do anything with those small machines.
Well, and the cool thing too about Brother is, in technology itself, is they've come up with some technology first ideas that they've implemented into their scanning cuts. And no, listen, we all love the big fancy machines and the big embroidery. Listen, I want all the embroidery needles myself. but you just need the right tools to get the job done. So you can incorporate all of your crafting, your home decor, and your sewing, and they have the product lineup that'll let you do that. So even the smaller machines, the basic machines to get you started, or the smaller ones that you could take on the go.
Right. So, what we're going to do, I don't even know if I told you this, Jane, but we're going to open it up for people today to ask questions. So if they have a question, they can ask, or they can just make a comment and say hi to you. But anybody who makes a comment or says hi are going to be automatically put into a drawing that we're going to have at the end of the show. And we're going to have some things that we're going to give away. But the grand prize is super, super, super exciting what we're giving away. And we're going to give away your favorite machine that you own. And what would that be?
The PS500?
Yes, we're going to give a PS500 away today on air.
That's one we've been on tour with. That's one everybody's.
I know it. Your machine has traveled well.
And just as a side note, we won't give you the one I traveled with.
Hey, are you going to? Did you put little stickers of all the states on the machine that machine went to, like they do the big camper?
Yeah.
That would be funny.
It's
not going to be your machine. We're going to actually give a brand new one away today, and we will ship it out. Hopefully, we'll get it shipped out this afternoon and get right to whoever the lucky winner is.
This afternoon?
Yes, that quick.
This is great. All right, so all they need to do is ask a question, say hello, make a comment.
Any kind of comment. It automatically, we have a prize generator thing that goes and randomly picks people out of the comments, and so we'll have some winners, and we got some other things to give away. I'm not even sure what we're all giving away. David, do we have other things to give away today? Just the machine? Okay. All right. So I think it's just the machine today. So we usually have several prizes, but you know what? We'll do some other prizes. Got to have more prizes than one, David. I'm going to give some more things away. So everybody just don't worry. We're going to give some more things away. I'll think of something while we're talking. Well, speaking of the scan and cut, the scan and cut is one of my favorite things too, is because a lot of people know me. I fly radio control airplanes as a hobby, and so we like to do them. The airplanes kind of like the NASCARs. You put the stickers all over it. So I can use that scan and cut and actually cut vinyl graphic and put the vinyl on my airplanes. And so I love that feature of it. But I know you take it to a complete different level of what you do with it, and I think you own multiple scan and cuts. Is that correct?
Well, yeah, they come out with generation after generation, so you always got to upgrade and get the new one.
Always have to have the new one.
Yeah, always got to have the new one. I mean, this is what happens to us, right? But the scan, I literally fell in love with the scan and cut upon its debut, which was maybe like 6 or 7 years ago. I don't know if you remember. It was we were at a convention, and I was there working for a TV show called Create and Craft at the time. And I was walking the floor, and I walked over, and they did this demo with this machine called the Scan and Cut. And I said, I have to have this. So I went straight to my dealer when I got home and bought one. We did take it out on the road with us this last fall on our Pace Setter tour. We took out a Scan and Cut, but the Scan and Cut SDX 225, this is the machine to add to your lineup. It essentially has everything you need to create stunning projects, whether you're quilting, whether you're doing some home decor, you're doing your DIYing. This machine allows you to scan. You can draw, you can cut, you can emboss, and there's a beautiful picture of it right there. There's so many amazing almost it's mind-boggling because once you get into it, you're like, my brain is exploding with ideas. But you can cut materials up to 3 millimeters in thickness. It has the Brother Industries' first auto blade sensor technology. Okay, what does that mean? That means it detects the thickness of a material for precision cuts. And you can also, because of that blade, if you're sending it through, it can do a half cut. So if you're peeling it off of like a vinyl or something that you're peeling, it has that sensory cut to it. But you can also design on it. It's got a nice LCD screen. You can move things around. You can rotate. I love scanning in artwork and then being able to cut that out and use it in some of my design work as well. So I really love this.
I love that machine. And I've got to take quite a few classes on it. And you know what? One of the things it blows me away is that people can actually cut balsa wood and cut designs out to Christmas ornaments. I've seen people, and I've actually done it myself, do embossing on like, thin metal, like that thin metal, sheet metal stuff, and do embossing and make designs where they can frame it. And so all those things are so really cool to me. And so this machine, by the way, all the machines we're talking about today, where normally you could only buy them in retail stores. Well, last week, Brother released all 5 of those to be sold online. And so we have all 5 of them on our website for sale. And that's going to go through all the way through April the 27th. So we're so excited about that, because people that may not even know that, knew those machines were out there, now can see them online and get exposed to them. So the Scan and Cut is just a great, great product. I love that thing so much. And you know what's really interesting? You kind of spoke about it, about the scanning feature. I know ladies that actually take their grandkids' hands and trace them. They scan it in the Scan and Cut. Then they take it and they cut their hand out of fabric and make quilts with it. And I just thought that was ingenious.
Yeah, I mean, again, the creativity is endless of what you can do. And the fact that you're personalizing it with your grandkids, handprints. I love to do canvas art. And so I did something like, I did a bar back, but I was like scanning in Bloody Marys so that I could cut them out. And I didn't want a fussy cut. I want them to cut perfect, and I wanted to scan perfectly. And it was able to do that for me. And so another thing that I love, and you talk about this, going to your brother dealer, and we talk about that. Go into the dealer, because that's where you're going to get your community and you're going to be able to buy these items. But the fact that we can buy them online right now during this shelter at home time is a huge benefit to all of us. That, I really want to get that. How do I get it? We can get it from right now.
I think did we lose Jane? Did she freeze? I think you froze a little bit there, Jane.
Did you? Am I back?
Yeah, you're back now. You froze there for a second. I was like, okay, what happened? I know technology sometimes is awesome when it works, but sometimes it does. But I think everybody heard that. I hope everybody heard what you just said, because I heard a lot of it. It was so I think you're exactly right. I think that the Brother allowing them to be sold online right now just opens it up, especially everybody's at home and afraid to get out and go to the store and look at some of these new products. They can just go on our website. They can buy it right from there. We'll ship it right to them. And then later on, they could even go classes. But right now, especially with the Scan and Cut, you can actually go on YouTube, and there's so many videos how to do it. And you probably know Julie Faifan Balzer.
Not Julie. Julie's been on my podcast before, and I did it with her about interviewing her about the Scan and Cut and all the features that it has.
Julie is like they call her the Scan and Cut Queen, and she hosts a craft show on TV on PBS, I think, and so she is always doing the Scan and Cut, and so there's videos of her teaching people how to do things with the Scan and Cut. So there's a lot of things that you could do right now at home with training yourself. All you need is a machine, correct?
Yeah, all you need is the machine. Again, the ideas are endless. The videos that Julie has out online are tremendous, really. And she is like the guru of the Scan and Cut. I want to walk in her brain and just pick up everything that's just in there and just remember it myself, because there is so much to learn. But, just even sitting with her and sort of learning a little bit about it, you can get the basics down. But again, I would say if you're new at something, you sit down and practice for an hour, give yourself a couple of days, and you're cutting anything and scanning everything and embossing everything and then adding more and more to your projects. And I think that if you're a sewer, right, if you're a sewist, I think a Scan and Cut is a great add to what you're doing with your sewing and embroidery machines.
Yes, I agree 100%. And so right now we have that machine. It's in at $4.99. David, Kyle, is it $4.99?
Scan and Cut?
Yeah,
$5.99.
$5.99. I'm sorry, $5.99. Right now they can buy it online all the way through the 27th of this month. And if you buy it right now, we're also going to throw in what they call a roll feeder. And what that's for, if you have a roll of vinyl, it'll hold your roll of vinyl and it actually feeds it into the machine as you're cutting. So it enables you to cut these 6 foot long, graphics out. And I know people that do some Disney things and different things, and you can cut all these graphics out and put them in a child's bedroom wall to make, long words and different things. So all these designs. So that roll feeder really works well for that. So that comes free with it if they buy one.
Yeah, and that's good because it's matless cutting. You just put your vinyl, you put that up on the roll, and you let it go through. It's 12 inches wide, 6 inches long, or 6 feet long, excuse me. But think about using it for vinyl on your car. If you're doing something there, you're doing banners, or you're doing home decor signs. So again, that gives you extra ease, and that's a great picture of it right there.
Oh yeah, great picture. I know that we in our retail store, one of them, our scan and cut teacher actually used that feature, and she made a big long graphic that just has scripted words and did things, and it was beautiful what she created. Like a sign you could actually stick on a wall or something.
And that's so on trend right now. If you look at all of the, home magazines or online or interior decorating, everyone's putting like words of encouragement on the wall. People are putting it in their offices, just like think positive, live big today, trust. So that's a great way to do a home decor interior design and really do it on a dime once you have the machine.
Right. So I want to talk next about the another machine that you have in your studio there, and it's actually the one that you took on the road show. And so tell us a little bit about this machine we're going to talk about next.
Yeah. Okay. Great. It's the PS500. It's just I just love this machine. I can't say enough good things about it. It's easy to use. Let me just put it that way. So I think this machine is great for beginners. I think this machine is great for the experienced folk that want to take the machine along with them. It just feels good when you're using it. It has great stitches. It's got decorative stitches. So you can create so much with these stitches. 100 built-in sewing stitches, 7 styles of one-step buttonholes. Hello, buttonholes, 7 styles, 1 step. And then the other thing I really love about it, it's got the 4 lettering fonts. So you can sort of monogram something or put your initials, whether it's in the collar or it's on a sleeve or it's somewhere else. I think I have a video that I did for a brother, and I actually did this project out on the road where we just took scraps of fabric and we turned them into a tube and added some hook and fastener with button, but I was able to embroider a name on there like a friendship bracelet. And so I think we have that video actually.
We have that video, David?
Yeah, we do. It's coming right up.
Oh, let's show that video real quick.
The other thing I love about the PS500, I wish I had one here. When you lift up where you lift up the cover, it's got all your stitches right there. So it's a quick reference guide to seeing and showing what you want to do. And also when you're programming it to get those letters or stitches, it's very easy on this bright LCD panel.
And I think the price is $5.99? So it's $5.99. This is a great priced machine as well. I mean, this thing for $5.99, you're getting a heck of a great package. And so the other thing I like about the machine, it's very lightweight. So if somebody wanted to travel with it, it'd be very easy to travel with.
Oh, absolutely.
With your experience with that, traveling with it.
That machine went all over the place with me. It sat on my lap on the plane. It's got a nice workspace. I think that this is great if you're doing fashion design. I think it's great if you're doing home decor. So sometimes we say, oh, this is great for your DIYers, or this is really great if you're just doing fashion. I think this is sort of a crossover. It allows you to do, if you're really into fashion, you can do that. If you're really into home decor and DIY, it's great for that as well. Oh.
I think we have video. Do we have video, guys? I want to see this. There it is.
See, you can see in the back the little.
We want to give all your pals the gift of handmade. So why spend time weaving thin string together to make a bracelet? The newest trend in friendship bracelets is simple, fun, and easy when you have your brother PS500 sewing machine. So let's make it. You'll need fabric scraps.
And then I sort of just go on and talk about the materials you need.
And let her talk about it live about it.
Isn't that cute?
Name or phrase you want on the bracelet. Place the center of the fabric on the sewing machine, right side of the fabric facing up, and press start. Soon you'll have a smart design on your fabric. Next, fold the fabric lengthwise with right sides facing each other and the monogram name on the inside. And sew it along the long edge. Turn the fabric right side out and turn the end openings in to finish. And top stitch all the way around to close. Sew on a small piece of hook and loop fastener on the inside face of the bracelet. You can place the closure for best fit. I'm putting mine about 1.5 inches in from the edge, so I can create a fashion-forward look. On the opposite side of the hook and loop fastener, sew on a fancy button or jewel. And there you have it, the newest trend in friendship bracelets. They're personalized. You can show all your besties just how special.
What a great gift for your friends, right? And it was so
That was
easy.
awesome.
And I just did it on the PS500. I on the road, we were thinking of, different inspiring ideas of what people could make with this machine. And I really wanted to use the lettering. I just thought that was super cool. There's 4 different styles that you can use. You'll pick your favorite. You can even mix them. They're easy to program in. And this was one of the ideas that we came up with for Sewist, because I don't want to weave together string. I thought, well, this is a great thing that you can make for your children, or they're so cute. I made them for my girlfriends and they actually loved them.
Now this thing has, correct me if I'm wrong, doesn't it have about 100 stitches, built-in stitches in it as well?
Yeah, it has 100 built-in stitches that you can choose from. So you could do a lot of decorative stitching as well. And then it's got the reinforcement stitch button on it as well. So you're not doing a back stitch with these beautiful decorative stitches. So another project that I did for Easter, I like to make custom napkins for Easter. And so as we make it, one for everybody, but then I don't have to do laundry. I just take the napkin home. But on the napkin, then over the top of it, I did a nice decorative stitch to kind of seal it and cover it and make it pretty as a napkin. But I loved my machine to be able to do that. So I sewed it using a regular stitch, the 2 fabric pieces together, and then I top stitched it. And it was just absolutely gorgeous. People couldn't believe that I made them a napkin.
Well, hey, Dana Kitchens is on, and she says, I'm retired now, want to start sewing at 56 years old. I finally have time to do this, but I need a machine first, right?
Yeah,
She needs a PS500 is what she needs.
I think, Diana, you do need a machine. And I think I said this all over the country, that this is the machine to start with. And so many people went out and bought their PS500 because it's easy to use. It feels good. I've used other machines. They feel hollow, but this machine just feels so good when you're using it. You have such a good variety of stitches, the decorative stitches. I love the idea that we can program on that LCD display. It's got an auto thread cutter, which we love, and a beautiful, good size workspace, which is between the base of the machine and the needle.
Okay, well, great. So,
and I also love the speed adjustment. So if you're a speeder, like a speed sewer, like me, I like to go really fast and just jam it down. But if you're new and you're really being careful, not even if you're new, if you're just really being precise and you want to slow it down, I love that speed adjustment. And I also love if you're just doing curtains and you need a really long straight stitch, you can just press the green button on the front of it and not use the foot pedal.
So one of the things people ask constantly is when they see machine is how hard it is to thread. Now this machine takes all that work away, does it not?
Okay. If you remember threading your own machine and you thought to yourself, I'll always be able to thread a machine. I can see through that needle, no problem. This takes you having to put your readers on and squinting to see it. You just thread the machine and then you press a button and it threads the needle for you. Thank God for that, because now I cannot see where I'm threading and I keep and I can't see it. So I'm so grateful for the automatic threading. I mean, that is just, if there was nothing else, I would be happy with that.
All right, so everybody, we've told everybody about the PS500, how awesome it is. We have them in stock right now at the online.com warehouse. And so everybody can purchase one of those, and they're shipping out today. And so the next machine I want to talk about is the Brother Innovus 80. Now, that's also, it's just a little step down from the PS 500, but this is also a very compact, travel-friendly machine that people just love this thing. And so I want to talk a little bit about, people having it being compact, and also, all the things that you can do with it. I know quilters love the portable machines that they can take with them. And I know, do-it-yourselfers, the DIY folks love it too, because they like to go, to their friend's house and do crafts and different things. And, this machine is very compact, has 80 built-in stitches. And, I think it has the automatic threading system. So you're getting a tremendous amount of features in a little bitty package. And so kind of tell the folks how important that is to have something that you can travel with, because I know you travel a lot with yours.
Yeah, absolutely. I always say it packs a big punch in a very small footprint. So this machine actually comes with a cloth cover for travel. It's light, it's portable, it's easy to bring along with you, but yet the quality that you're getting when you're sewing, it's consistent, it's smooth when you're sewing on it. And you think sometimes these smaller machines aren't like that, but again, it's got that, it feels like one of those big heavy machines that would cost you an arm and a leg, but yet it's got that consistent, smooth feel, and it's small and it's portable. The other thing that I really love about the NS80E is that if you have a very small space at home, or if you're living in a studio apartment, or you just don't have a lot of room in your craft space, this is just perfect for your workspace, because it gives you more room to lay out your materials and your fabric. So it's a good small size for a workspace.
Yeah, and one thing about it right now, this machine is $4.99, and until the 27th that we can sell it online. And it also comes with that embellishment kit that you get basically 5 free feet that come with it. And I just think that's a really great added value.
Yeah, and the thing about switching out the feet, if you're new, you're like, I'm not gonna switch out the feet. But when you actually learn about the different feet that go on the machine, and you realize why you need this foot, it makes it so much easier. It makes life better. And you'll get those with this. And so that's important, because then it gives you the opportunity to do even more with your sewing.
Yeah, so anyway, great value on this. So the next machine I really want to talk about is probably one of my favorite embroidery only machines, and it's the NQ1600E. I really, really like this machine. And it's a little bit bigger. It's not going to be portable like everything else out there, but it's the Innova NQ1600E. This thing has 198 built-in stitches in it. I can't say enough about this thing. It has a 6x10 embroidery area, which most people, when they want to do embroidery, that's the first thing they're going to ask you is what the hoop size is. So why, I kind of want to throw it out to you, since you do so much of this, why is that such a big thing for hoop size?
So my very first machine I ever got was a 4x6 hoop size, and I got it for Christmas for my siblings, which was so nice. It was a brother. And the first thing I did was brought it back to the dealer, and I said, I need to upgrade the hoop size. Now, I had never embroidered before in my life, but I knew that for me, it's a go big or go home. And so I like the opportunity to have a larger space to do your embroidery on. So if you're maybe you're embroidering a towel, or maybe you're embroidering a baby blanket or a onesie or a shirt, you have the space to do that, but yet you could also make it, as small as you want, if you want to make it down to that 4x6. So for me, I think that the 6x10 is a very nice hoop size to have in your arsenal and to start with. For me, it's big enough for all my DIY projects. And the other thing I love about this embroidery only machine, and Blaine, you touched on this, it's not portable, no, but think about it this way. You set it up, It gets working and it gets going. You don't have to babysit it. Let's say you're sewing something and you're going to take the smaller machine away to maybe with a group or a club, or you're going somewhere else. You could do the embroidery. You don't have to take the embroidery machine. You just bring one of these smaller footprint sewing machines to finish up your project. So it's just more efficient. You can be working on embroidery and you can be working on a sewing project at the same time.
That's awesome. Now this machine, we have a special going on in it right now. It is it $15.99, guys? $14.99. So it's $14.99 and great price on this, shipped right to your door. And right now until the 27th, we're also throwing in the Disney Frozen thread package, comes with it for free. And then the initial stitch software comes with it. So 2 free gifts come with it, shipped right to your door for $14.99. So that is a great buy. It's actually cheaper, guys, than I thought it was. So great price on an embroidery only, a 6x10 hoop size, which is incredible.
Yeah, it's fantastic. The other thing too about that initial stitch, it's lettering and monogram software. So it's really just fun to play around with and create your own designs. And it's just a fun thing to play with. And then you can sort of let your mind expand and get even more creative.
That's what I was going to ask you. I know I don't really know a lot about the initial stitch. I do know, it was a lettering software, but so does it has the feature where you can actually design your own things in the software, or you just use the stock?
Yeah. So you can design custom lettering and monogramming, and you can resize it. You could save the files. You could add images. You can merge your own designs in with what they have. It's got 25 lettering fonts. It's got 5 monogramming fonts. It has 27 decorative frames so that you can even add to the designs that you're making. So it's fun, even if you don't actually use the design that you've created, it's fun to create multiple designs and then go back and be able to use them later. So I guess my point here is maybe you need a break from the sewing. You can sit down and design a couple of images or whatever you're creating at that moment and then use them later. I mean, you don't know what goes on in here, Blaine.
All right, so excuse me. So the next thing I want to highlight today, another product that we're allowing us to sell online, and since the big mask thing is out there across the United States right now, everybody's home making masks and wanting things. This next thing, hey, by the way, Jane, do you have your mask?
Yep. Oh yeah, I'm wearing mine.
I have mine too.
I used some old elastic that was actually my mother's.
You
I don't
use
even
elastic. Know. We use ties.
Oh yeah, the ties get stuck in my hair, so I went with elastic. I interrupted you with your mask making.
So great. I'm glad you put that on, because that brings up a point. Our next product is a serger, the Brother SB 3734T serger. And I know that you use a serger a lot. So, and I know I had ladies that some of our volunteers that are making masks for us that we can donate are doing the whole thing just on a serger.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
When you're making the mask, you want to make sure there are no loose threads and there's nothing sort of hanging out for any type of germs to cling to and then thus get into your skin and into your face. So that's why a serger is great, because it gets rid of all of those loose threads. I use a serger even if you're never going to see the inside of my garment, because it's nice and clean and it's neat. I say a serger is really the finishing touch to your lineup. It is, once you go serger, you don't go back, right? So the serger is just one of the best inventions ever. So I have my Brother serger. You think, oh, I can't thread this thing. Color-coded threading. It's super easy to thread. It's like a dream to thread, actually. And it's easy to, I would say, finish up your work once you've done your serging and all of those pieces fall. Well, they're going to fall right into a little trim trap. So it keeps your area nice and tidy. So a serger really is essential to all of this work that you're doing. You'll be very, very grateful that you bought one.
You know, excuse me. I just recently started kind of messing with sergers, and I used a air threader serger. It was on the market, and they thread it for you and all that. So I actually had somebody ask me, well, this new serger, is it hard to thread? So I actually went and tried to thread one, and surprisingly, it's actually easy to thread. I thought, it's going to be hard because everybody's giving me these horror stories about how hard sergers are to thread. But Brother's really taken that to a whole new level, making it very easy and not having to spend thousands of dollars on an air threader.
Right. Yeah. Thank you. It's really a pleasure to thread. My very first serger I got in my early 20s. So that was a long time ago. And I was working at Michael Jordan's restaurant, and there was a costume designer, and she was moving to Italy. And she said, I have a serger. I bought it used. It was built like in the 1950s. So it's sturdy, it's heavy. It is a beast to try and thread. So the second a thread breaks, or even trying to change the thread, I just keep it black because I don't ever want to change it. But when I started working with my brother Serger, I thought, wow, this is such a dream because it makes it so much easier to switch out your thread. So it's a pleasure. I'm so grateful that they have this.
And speaking of, the sergers, so like, what all, things that can you do like in the crafting, and things? I know I saw a video one time that you made a bag and like a grocery bag, which a lot of people don't know what grocery bags are as far as what we do in California. California, you can't go to the store and they bag your groceries up. You have to pay for bags there. So most everybody in California takes their own bags with them and puts their groceries in them, and when they check out, they hand them to the, checkout people, and that's what they use. So like, I'm originally from the South, so, you go to the grocery store and it's just an automatic thing. You never think about those things, but here you do. So you made a old pair of blue jeans that you were going to throw away. You made those into a bag, and I thought that was so cool because it still had the back pockets, it still had the front pockets you could put things in, but it was a bag that you could put groceries in or whatever.
You saw that. That's great. Yeah, I love that. So I'm all about the recycle, reuse, refashion, repurpose. So, I mean, I've got lots of old clothes, but don't throw them away because I'll make something out of them. One of the things I love about the serger, it's quick and it's easy. And so with the denim, I just cut the jeans open. I used the front and the back and added a panel just to give it a little bit of depth. But I did it all on the serger. And it's going to keep a nice, solid stitch. So, I use a serger a lot to finish my edges if I'm doing a pillow or if I'm doing home decor or table topper. In this case, I wanted to make it fast. I wanted to make it clean and neat. I didn't want to have all these frays of fabric and thread coming through. And so the serger really does clean that up. I'll tell you another thing. I just got married last October, and I made all of these. Thank you. This is my homie moon is what we're calling it. I did all of my linens. So I did the cake table. I did the sweetheart table. I did table toppers. I did table runners, and we did two sides of fabric. Even inside all of those, I serged the edges because I like it to be nice and clean, and no one's going to see it, but it's still, for me, it's just a little bit more tidy, a little bit more neat, a little bit more luxe, I would say. And so that's what the serger is, just going to elevate the sewing that you're already doing.
That's fantastic. So speaking of the serger, I know we've got that. Now, what's the price on that, Kyle?
$299.
So $299, and that guy, $299 shipped right to your door. That is a great price on a serger that does what this one does, and it's easy to thread. I mean, you can pay thousands of dollars for sergers, but this is a great serger. Got great reviews, and so I'm real happy that we're going to be able to sell this online now. I think it's going to be a big seller for us, and I know that you're use sergers a lot, so it's got your stamp of approval on it. So that's good enough for me. So anyway, that's $299 shipped right to your door.
And I'm looking here at all of our friends here that are chatting with us, and I love it. I need a serger. This is a fantastic price. I love Chantel. She loves upcycling, but and I've lost it. There are a lot of people say I need a serger, and as I'm seeing the comments come in, thank you so much. This is a tremendous price, really, folks. And I'm not just saying this because Blaine is here.
It is. It is. It's a great price, and you're getting a lot of features and benefits with this thing for $299. I mean, and we sell a lot of different brand sergers, and we sell even a lot of other brother sergers. And to me, this is a great serger for a great price. And it's like anything else. I think people that do a lot of serging, a lot of times they want to get something a little bit bigger and it does more things. But for your everyday use and things, I was amazed by what you were able to make just using in this serger. And so I think it's great. So go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
We failed to mention that you also get specialty feet with the serger, which I think is very important and crucial. You're going to get a blind stitch foot, and you're also going to get a gathering foot. So those are just extra features that you can do along with your serger. So they're always great to come in handy and have. A lot of times sergers don't come with extra feet. So I think that's really special for this. And again, Blaine, like what you were saying, what I'm able to create with just the serger alone, because believe me, sometimes I just throw it on the serger and just go for it. I'm in a hurry. You can create more in less time. And because the serger is fast, it's precise, and I just think it's a really fantastic price for this particular serger.
I just see that Beth Ann said great price. Hey, Beth Ann, I agree with you. And then I also see a comment, D. Lowe, she said, are the sergers on back order? This particular serger is not. We have a full supply in the warehouse ready to ship out today. We had a semi truck yesterday deliver full of brother products, and I actually took a picture of all the brother. We had so much brother we couldn't even get it in our warehouse, so we had it all stacked out in the parking lot behind our warehouse. And I took a picture of it yesterday and put it on Facebook. It was just to see all the machines coming in. And then we've got another semi that's coming from straight from the brother warehouse to ours. It's full on Monday. So we got a lot of brother product coming in, but this particular product we have in stock. All 5 of these products that are new to the online business, we have them all in stock, ready to ship. And so all you got to do is order, and we'll try to get them shipped out as fast as we possibly can. And normally it's a one-day service. I mean, if you order today by 3 p.m., we'll get it shipped today. But right now, like I told you at the front of the show, we're getting so many orders and so many phone calls in. Our ordering system's backed up a little bit, but it will get shipped in the next couple of days for sure.
And I love Christy. I'm afraid of sergers. Christy, don't be afraid of the serger. You're going to embrace the serger once you get it in your hands. You're going to love the serger. You're going to say, oh my gosh, what am I going to use first? And then some people say, there's so much. What should I choose? Depends on if you have a machine that you love or if you want to get a new machine. I would say also the serger is a really good price. So I feel like what you're saving on some of the other machines, the serger is sort of that extra savings that you would just be spending anyway. So you might as well get the serger too.
Hey, I see Mary Largo just made a comment, said, happy to learn here. I don't have any sewing machines, but looking. So what's your advice to somebody that's wanting to get into sewing, for the first time and maybe a little bit intimidated? Because, you can go online right now and look, or even walk into a retail store that have multiple brands, thousands of machines to choose from. What would your advice to be somebody that's brand new?
See, it's so fun. I'd say go P1. It's a great price.
Okay. Jane, you froze up on us. So I think your internet connection may have froze up on us. So guys, we'll kind of continue. I think Jane will probably be back here in a second, hopefully. And but it's, what can I say? It's technology is awesome when it's working great, and sometimes it's a little difficult. But I want to read a few more comments.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
Jane is back.
I'm back. Awesome. I don't know what happened.
So,
where did you lose me? Are you reading comments?
Yeah, well, I was reading some comments, but if you could, I'd ask you the question about, the advice for a first-time sewer, somebody that's wanting to get into sewing, and you froze up right after you started talking. So if you could share that, would be awesome. It was actually Mary's the one that asked the question.
Yeah, Mary. So what I was saying is like, what a great opportunity to be new to sewing and have all of this right here at your fingertips. I would go with the PS500. It's a fantastic machine at a great price. It's really good for beginners. It's easy to use, but it gives you a lot of options, and it gives you sort of the opportunity to learn and expand what you're doing with sewing. And I also really feel like the Serger you could benefit from. So these are the basics. Let's start there. And because the price of the PS500 is such a great price, I feel like the Serger is really a really great price to add on to that if you wanted to do a package deal for yourself. But if I were to start, I'd go PS500.
I think that's a great choice too, because a lot of times, my granddad always told me, spend your money once, and a lot of times somebody wants to, they'll go to Walmart or somewhere and they want to get a $29, $39 little sewing machine or a $69 sewing machine. They want to spend under $100, and I can't tell you how many times people will do that, and even they'll buy it on our website. They'll buy an inexpensive machine, and then we'll see them come into the retail store 2 weeks later or a month later wanting to go ahead and get something a little bit better because they kind of ran out of the things that they wanted to do. The machine wasn't capable. This machine is capable of doing about anything you want to do, and that's the great thing about it.
Yeah, and also the interesting thing too is they're going to last you. So if you invest in this machine, or you invest in that Serger, or any of the machines we talked about today, but if you invest in them, they're going to last a really long time. And at some point, you're going to say, okay, I need to upgrade. So the good news is you're spending your money wisely. And Blaine, like you were saying, your father used to say, spend your money wisely. You don't want to buy a $30 sewing machine. My radio partner sends me a text message, and he's really wanting to start sewing for so many years. He's like, well, I need a machine. So he says, I'm going to buy this machine. It's $50. I said, no, you're not. So I found the page on your website, Sewing Machines Plus, of the PS500. I sent him the link and I said, this is the machine that you need to buy.
Well, thank you for doing that.
Yeah. And the other thing too is, and Blaine, you can help answer this. If you buy it from a dealer, and obviously right now we can't go into the dealership for classes and community, but at some point, if we buy that, can we come back to you and ask or even go to your experts there?
Yes, you can. The one great thing about what we do, and I know, right now, I hope people don't judge us too harshly right now, our customer service, because, they're having trouble getting through because we're getting thousands of phone calls and emails a day, and I have 8 people in my customer service team that are working, and it's just impossible for them to answer that many phone calls and emails, and so along with all the other things they do. So we're working really hard. They're working 12-hour days. We're working 6 days a week right now trying to do that, and they're happy to do it because trust me, everybody out here is really happy to still have a job and working. So we're very fortunate and blessed to be able to say that. But one thing that we've always prided ourselves about, under normal times, is our shipping. We try to process orders, as fast as we can. If we get it in by 3 p.m. that day, it will ship the same day. The other thing that we really try to do is we try to give unbelievable service. So we have service techs that are on staff that all they do is give support all day long and talk on the phone. And I mean, my guys will actually even FaceTime you. If there's a problem you're having, they can FaceTime you with your phone and sometimes work through the problem without you even having to go to take it to service or send it back to us. And but we support everything we sell. A lot of times we'll ship your machine, we'll bring it right back to us and repair it and then ship it right back to you, all at no cost. So we do a lot of things that we try to really help customers and we give as much advice as we can, and that's no cost. We try to give as much advice as we can for people, and you can even call our retail stores. We have, everybody in the retail stores are great sewers. You can go on our live chat. That's one thing that we're very proud of is the people that we have on our live chat. Every one of them, they're not just customer service or salespeople that are just off the street. All 6 of these people we have on our live chat are all expert sewers, digitizers, quilters. They know it extremely well. And so you can get a lot of help even with that. And they are very familiar with most of the brands that we sell. So I don't think any other website or dealer in the country can make that statement. And so we're extremely proud of our staff that we have. They all are work extremely hard too to help customers. So and again, I'm saying, like, right now I feel like we're dropping the ball on our customer service and things, because it's just we have 80% of our staff working from home right now, so it's a little bit more difficult to do the normal, I guess you could say.
Yeah, and Blaine, I love that you said all that, because for me, and I said this at the top of the show, I spent my youth going to sewing machine dealers. And so I always knew, well, that's where you go when you get your machine fixed or you buy your machine. And so what I love about going to a dealer is that you get that support. You're building a relationship. You know who you bought it from. I always say you wouldn't buy a car online. You'd buy your car at a dealership. You buy your smartphone at a dealership, quote unquote. You're going to buy your sewing machine at a dealership. And so that's sort of like, you're going to spend your money right. You're going to get the right service and customer service and care. You want to go to the right place. And that's why I really love to be able to talk to you, because you're the dealer. You're telling us that this is what we get. And I'm a customer too. So, I love hearing it.
Well, I'm glad you said that, and we pride ourselves in it. And, sometimes, and I've got some of our customer service team are, they're kind of stressed out right now because they take it personally. They'll see somebody that gets upset, and they take it personally. And I love that about our team, that everybody, has ownership in it and takes it personal, because I do, and I want to, make sure that we're, I tell everybody, we have our customers, a lot of people have policies and procedures, and you have to have in a company. But I have one policy, and I tell everybody that it's find a way to say yes. That's our policy. And I tell them, treat everybody you talk to as if it's a family member. Because I promise you, if your grandmother called and had a problem, you're going to take care of your grandma. So, so that's kind of what we try to do. And, right now it's a little bit more difficult than normal, but, I've been getting on Facebook and trying to answer some questions people have. And I've been, at midnight every night trying to help people out on Facebook and get them, serviced, because people are wanting to know where their orders are at and different things. And right now it's just a difficult time, but we're getting through it. And everybody's been so awesome and patient. And, our customers are awesome. We just love our customers, and we're making new ones every day. And we hope that they're satisfied with what they're getting from us. And we want to make sure that we give them support, because we want them to continue to be in our sewing family.
Yeah, and not only, now, this is a really, really strange time for all of us. We're staying at home, and we're not used to not being able to go out and shake hands and see the people, go into the store. And I love what you're doing now, because you're giving us the opportunity to get these great products in our hands and in our homes. And then later on, if we're in the area, we stop by. If we need you, we call you. And so for right now, maybe it's a little different, but then in the long run, we'll have you to sort of count on when we need you. So I'm sorry. Now I should be writing this and putting it in the comments.
Hey, so we were talking about, at the end of the show, we were going to give some prizes away. And so let's, we were only going to give the sewing machine away today, but I want to do something else. So guys, why don't we give some exquisite thread away? How would that be? Do we have, I tell you what we'll do. We're going to give somebody, they can go on and pick out their colors. We're going to give 2 people 25 spools each, and they can just go pick their colors out online and email me at CEO@SewingMachinesPlus.com. Now you can't enter. Sorry, Jane.
I was just writing it down. CEO at.
But we're going to give 2 lucky winners out there a 25 spool thread pack that they can just pick the colors they want. They can go online on our website and go through and just pick the colors they want. And I'm just going to caution you, if you pick 25 spools of black, we may be, it may run out, because we had to put a huge order in this week because we've sold so much thread. But anyway, we're going to give you 25 spools. Just go pick your color. email me your name, your shipping address, and the colors you want to that email address we had up on the screen, and we'll get some spools out to you. So we'll do 2 winners like that, and then we're going to do 1 winner on the sewing machine. So David, can you pull us up? They're going to randomly pull some people who've made some comments. So let's pick our first thread winner. We can get those people up.
This is great. And I love all these comments. Everyone's so excited. They're excited, but they're also really excited about starting to sew again and getting back into it after years of being away, or just even getting excited, waiting for the machine in the mail.
You know, and you're right, because I saw, I've gotten some emails from customers that have placed orders with us, and they're like, I've tried calling your customer service, can't get through. I'm wanting to know the status of my order. I'm in desperate need to get a sewing machine because I'm sewing masks. And they're sewing, I'm sewing masks for, one lady in particular I remember was sewing for a nursing home, and or she didn't say nursing, she said seniors. She goes, I'm sewing for seniors, and I really need some masks. And I just emailed her and told her, I said, look, if you're, the machine's going to be delayed, send me your address and all that, and I'll send you 200 masks. I'll be going to send her 200 masks for seniors, because we've given over 12,000 masks away so far. And all of our volunteer sewers here in the San Diego area are still sewing daily. They're getting, we're providing free kits for everybody to come up and get the kits. All they have to do is just take the bag home. It has everything in it that they need to sew. And, they're sewing them, bringing them back, dropping them off. And then, we're going out and distributing them to a lot of different, places, first responders and hospitals and doctors' offices and things here in the San Diego area. So, and we've actually shipped a couple, 100 out to different places like New York. We shipped, I think, 300 masks. We shipped some another state, I can't remember where it was at, 200 masks. So we are trying to help as much as we can, and we're utilizing our great sewers out there, and it's giving them something to do, and it's helping a great cause as well. So, but I understand that people want that machine, so they can sew.
Talk about making it forward, right? So people do this all year, every year, and I've met great people that give back, and now everyone's really people that have machines are sewing. But what I love is that sewists are getting their heyday. We're in the spotlight because we sew, and now we're encouraging other people to sew. And I hope that this lasts beyond masks, and that people continue to sew. Sew a pillow, sew a gift for somebody, sew a bag. I say sew for an hour a day, and then go do whatever else you need to do if you want to spend the day doing it. But we also know that sewing lowers your stress, right? Because you get into a little bit of flow. And I mean, they talk about it all the time, is any kind of passion or any kind of hobby that you're passionate about can really just lower your stress. And right now, anxiety is high, uncertainty is high. So sewing, doing something good for yourself and for others, I think is really what we can take out of it.
Well, looks like we have our first winner, Tess Bennett. Congratulations, Tess. So go online, pick out your 25 spools, and just email me your name, shipping address, and the colors you want, and we'll get that right out to you. So congratulations, Tess. So David, we have our second winner yet? Okay. Another winner's coming up.
And this is for thread again?
Another, 25 spools of thread.
Yeah, and this is what I would love if I could ask people. If you have a project that you've created with your sewing machine or your thread or your serger or anything from this conversation or any kind of creativity, I would love for you to
Uh-oh. I think Jane froze up again. I can't see the name. Is it Shirley Hara?
Yes.
Shirley Hara is our second winner for the thread. Congratulations, Shirley. Again, email me at CEO@SewingMachinesPlus.com, your full name, shipping address, and the 25 colors that you want, and we'll get that pulled and shipped out to you just as soon as we can. So congratulations to our 2 thread winners. And so next, and we'll wait till Jane comes back. She's having probably some little bit of internet difficulties there. What we're going to do next is we're actually going to draw our grand prize winner today, and that is for the machine and the PE or PS 500 that we've been talking about on the show. This is, Jane has this personally, she has one of these machines. She did a tour nationwide this past year, and she went to TV stations all over the country and talked about, do-it-yourself projects you could do on the PES 500. And she was on all these morning shows and talk shows and just did a wonderful job. And we were, so fortunate to get her on today. But this is her pick. This is her personal machine that she has. And if a machine has ever been tested, this is the machine, because Jane drugged this thing all over the country. Oh, you're back. We got Jane back.
I'm sorry. Everyone in Chicago is online, I guess.
Hey, that's the problem. Everybody's home. All the kids are home from school. They're all on, playing Xboxes and streaming movies. So internet is strained right now. I promise you.
They're online ordering their sewing machines right now.
That's it too. So we're going to give this machine away, and so we're going to give the winner. So do we have a winner yet, David? I'm excited. This is so awesome. This is a great machine. Oh yes, we need a drum roll.
Yeah.
And who's going to be the lucky winner? I think it's coming up. Wow. Now they had to pick somebody that had a name that was so long that I'll probably never, ever pronounce this. But Mary Ann, I don't even want to try to.
Militello Van Heusen.
Melitello?
Van Heusen.
Van Heusen. Say that, Jane, all fast, really quick. Mary Ann how'd you say it, Kyle?
Militello?
So Mary Ann Melitello Van Heusen.
Yeah.
She should win just because she has the longest name that was on our show today.
And she's got to embroider it all. She's got to use all the stitches.
Oh my God! I just thought about that. How about if she had to put her name on her shirt right here?
Yeah.
She probably have to extend it across the buttons. It'd be like this all the way across. It would be awesome.
What is
Mary
it?
Ann, congratulations on winning a awesome machine. Everybody give Mary Ann a big hand. This is awesome. And I hope Mary Ann's still online. And what a great prize. And we appreciate brother so much, and Jane, I can't thank you enough for coming on our show. Now, I just want to ask you, will you come back?
I would love to come back. If you'll have me, I could do this all day. I'd love to get people and get them creative and talk about what we can make together.
You know what would be so much fun is to have you back and do some kind of little quick project that you could do live on the show.
And then I could give it away.
And we could give it away. That would be awesome.
I will do a recycling project, like with denim or something fun.
Oh, that would be awesome. I think that would be so good. And I bet everybody would love to see that. Hey, tell us if you would love to see Jane come back and do a project live on air, and then we'll give it away. So if y'all are all in for that, hey, let's talk about it. We'll try to make it happen. That'd be fun.
That would be really fun. Yeah, I would love to do that. I would appreciate that for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, good. Oh, Jill says yes.
I was like, yep. Everybody else like, maybe.
Charlotte says yes. Hey, Charlotte. How are you?
I love their picture. Kristen,
yes.
Kristen.
Oh,
Elaine.
definitely. Elaine. Hey, there's Elaine. I know Elaine. Elaine's one of our quilters.
Oh, I love a good quilter.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll watch always. Hey, Virginia. No, okay. Now, Face Monkey 13. That is an awesome name.
Yes. Well, it'd be fun. I would love to do that. We'll make one. We'll give away 3. It'll be super fun. But what I was saying before I got cut off by my internet is I want people to tag me on Instagram with the projects that they've made with their brother sewing machines and scan and cuts and anything they've gotten from you, Blaine, or anything they liked from today's conversation. If they got creative today, tag me anytime on Instagram. I'm at Jane Monzures, and my name is right there on the screen. So it's really easy. I got my eyes are like this on my picture, so you know it's me.
So tell us a little bit. I know you have a website. And then you have a Facebook page, and then Instagram. Do you have those addresses? Can we put all those addresses up for her? And so everybody, we would love everybody to go connect with you and check out some of the things. So there's the tag for your Instagram.
Yeah, and everything is just Jane Monzures. So if you go and search on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, My website is JaneMonzures.com. So everything is Jane Monzures. YouTube is DIY by Jane, but everything you see on YouTube, you can get on my website, which is Jane Monzures.
Okay, well, great. So everybody go visit Jane's website and check out her videos. Hey, her videos are awesome. You've got a ton of videos on there of doing projects, and I love those. And I still love that jean, the blue jean repurposed bag that you made. I think that was so cool.
Hey, I think I did that on like a morning show. I think it was Fox, and I did that and was showing them like how to just recycle and upcycle.
Is that her website, guys?
Yeah,
I'm seeing. Oh, there's the website right there.
Yeah. And I have a pair of scissors in my hands.
All right. So you know what they say, anytime, I see these guys doing this, like they say it's like a gang sign or something. You ever see that, Jane?
Yeah.
People doing this. That's the scissor mafia.
Yeah, that's right. I had to have a big pair of scissors in my hands.
I changed it. It's not a gang sign anymore. It's our sewers. It's our scissor mafia out there.
Yeah. And Blaine, I'll make you a bag. I'll send it out to you. So you have a big shoulder denim bag.
That'll be awesome. I appreciate it.
Good.
All right, guys. Well, hey, everybody, thank Jane for coming. It's been so much fun. I mean, we actually ran over our hour time frame that we were shooting for, but hey, when you're having fun, time flies by. Thank you so much for coming on board. And I'm going to hold you to that. You said you'd come back. So we can't wait to have you back on and do a project for everybody.
Anytime. My pleasure, Blaine. Thank you so much for having me on. I had such a blast. You're so much fun. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. It was nice to meet you. Please connect with me on social media. We'll hang out. We'll chat there.
And, thank you so much for all the info on the Brother machines. Because, I mean, we're so excited about these 5 machines that we can sell online now. And you kind of telling us a little bit about each one and your experience and all that, that just makes it even better. And we're hoping that people will really, look at those and start buying them. Because I'm telling you, it is such a good machine. And, this is the first time it's ever been online. So, oh my gosh, it's opportunities for people to get them now is, better than it's ever been. So thank you again for doing that. We really want to thank Brother International for, what they do for us and letting you come on our show. And again, thank you so much, Jane. Look forward to seeing you the next time.
All right. Thank you so much. See you soon, Blaine.
Thank you, Jane.
All right, everyone. You saw it. You got to meet Jane, and we're so happy that Jane came on our show. She is one of the nicest people you'll ever meet, very genuine, down to earth. And, sometimes you think some of these, what I call sewing celebrities or just celebrities in general, that are on TV. I mean, she's on TV all the time, has a huge following. I think I saw one of her shows in Chicago that she does. They had about 11 million viewers. And so, but I promise you, she is the most down to earth, takes the time to talk to everybody. I was so impressed by her, just how friendly she was. So again, I'm so happy she came on the show. Congratulations to all of our winners today, all 3 of them. That was incredible. And again, guys, hey, we just ask for your patience. If you're ordering online, be patient with us. We are trying to get to everybody. We're actually adding some staff members on the phones from other parts of our company to try to help. And we're going to get to you. We're going to get everything shipped, I promise you. And if you order all these new products you saw today, all of them are in stock, ready to ship right to your door, free shipping. And anyway, thank y'all for joining our show today. I know we ran a little bit over. We normally try to keep this an hour, but stay tuned. Next Thursday or 2 weeks from today, we're going to have another show, live show that we'll have. And we haven't got a guest slated just yet, but we'll announce that on our Facebook page and we'll shoot you an email and let you know. Again, thank y'all for joining, and we'll see y'all in 2 weeks. Have a great day, and y'all stay safe out there.